Now the men who were holding Jesus began to mock him and beat him. They also blindfolded him and kept asking him, "Prophesy, who is that struck you?" They kept heaping many other insults on him. When day came, the assembly of the elders of the people, both chief priests and scribes, gathered together, and they brought him to their council. They said, "If you are the Messiah, tell us." He replied, "If I tell you, you will not believe me, and if I question you, you will not answer. But from now on, the Son of Humankind will be seated at the right hand of the power of God." All of them asked, "Are you then the Son of God?" He said to them, "You say that I am." Then they said, "What further testimony do we need? We heard it ourselves from his own lips."
Then the assembly rose as a body and took Jesus before Pilate. They accused him, saying, "This man has perverted our country, told us not to pay taxes to the emperor, and says he is Messiah, a king."
Then Pilate asked Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus answered, "You say that I am." Then Pilate said to the chief priests and the crowds, "I find no basis for an accusation against this man." But they were persistent and said, "He stirs up the people by teaching throughout all of Judea, from Galilee, where he began, even to this place." When Pilate heard this, he asked whether the man was a Galilean. And when he learned that Jesus was under Herod's jurisdiction, Pilate sent Jesus off to Herod, who was himself in Jerusalem at that time.
When Herod saw Jesus, he was very glad, for he had been wanting to see him for a long time. Herod had heard about Jesus and was hoping to see him perform some miracle. Herod questioned him at length, but Jesus gave him no answer. The chief priests and the scribes stood by, vehemently accusing him. Even Herod and his soldiers treated him with contempt and mocked him. Then Herod put an elegant robe on Jesus and sent him back to Pilate. That same day, Herod and Pilate became friends with each other. Before this, they had been enemies.